Another Code with Me algorithm challenge. So today's problem is first non-repeating character. I'm going to link this particular algorithm. I'll add the link to the description down below. So you can pause the video, go try this problem. They have it available in a number of different languages. Solve it, and then you can come back and see how I solved it. So with that said, let's jump in and see what this problem is about. So they want us to write a function named first non-repeating letter that takes a string input and returns the first character that is not repeated anywhere in the string. For example, if given the input stress, the function should return T since the letter T only occurs once in the string and occurs first in the string. As an added challenge, upper and lowercase letters are considered the same character, but the function should return the correct case for the initial letter. For example, the input stress should return a capital T. Okay, if a string contains all repeating characters, it should return an empty string or none. See sample test. Okay, so the first thing I usually like to do is write out the steps to complete an algorithm first, and then actually write out code. So I like to write out the steps in just plain English. All right, so and I'm solving this one in JavaScript today. All right, so the incoming S is a string. I think I want to make sure to transform the string into an array so that I can loop over every letter. Okay, transform string into array. Loop over every letter. Okay, loop over every letter in Word. What am I looking for? So as I'm looping over all of the letters, I want to compare the previous, Okay, so I think, check how many times current letter appears in words. So how would I go about doing this? Don't want to get too detailed right now, but I want to check how many times the current letter appears in the word. So as it's looping over every letter in the word. You can use find, char add. I think there's a few different JavaScript methods I can use. Yeah, I'll probably just do includes on the string. So s dot includes current letter. Well, that's not good enough. That's just going to give us true or false, and we know the letter is inside of the string. What we really want to know is how many times it appears in the string. Okay, so that's not going to work. I will come back to this because once we check how many times the current letter appears in the word, we want to, if it appears only once. If it appears only once, we want to return. So first check if it appears, and then let's say if it appears only once, we want to return the letter. And then we need to say if no letter is non-repeating, then return empty strings. So we'll need some sort of check for that. So now I want to go back and flesh out this part before I start implementing the code. So check how many times the current letter appears in the word. We said we can't use string that includes the current letter because that will just tell us the current letter appears in the word, and that's not what we want. We want to know how many times this current letter appears in the word. So let me go to MD and JavaScript documentation and see what's available for strings. Okay, what methods do we have? We have char at search. Split. Okay, so let's see. Char at no, let's do index of. Because I know index of returns -1 if something is not there. So maybe we can remove the current letter, create a new word minus the current letter, and see if the current letter appears in that word minus itself. Okay. So index of, okay, so check if, well, create new word minus, create new word minus current letter. Check if current letter is in the new word. Okay, so if index, so this is going to be, this is basically going to be true if index of returns -1. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Let's do what word array is going to equal a string, not split. Okay, so then we're going to say, so we transformed the string into an array. Now let's loop over every letter in the array. So we can say word r dot for each letter. Okay, check how many times the current letter appears in a word. So first you want to create a new word. Okay, so first we want to create a new word. We might need index as well as the letter. Let's see. Okay, check how many times the current letter appears in a word. We do this by first creating a new word minus the current letter. Okay, so we can say no, so create a new word minus the current letter. How can I do that? So new word. Well, I'm just gonna do it. New word is going to equal substring. I want to make sure I'm not going to mutate. So which one? Substring. Okay. Displays string from 0 to 1. That's going to give you the first letter. It doesn't say anything about mutating, but I think it does. I want something that's going to, all right, so that's deprecated. All right, so if it does make if it does mutate the original string, I'm just going to need to, so one way that I can test to see if this string constant is being mutated is to console log it. So console.log, let's see, str. So I'll console log it twice. If it's being mutated, then when you output str, you're going to get Bagzilla instead of Mozilla. So let's run. Okay, so it's not mutating str. Good. Okay, so they got Oz by going 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's always so weird with the index. So I think if I wanted to create, let's say the current index was 0, 1, 2, and I wanted to remove the Z from here, how would I do that? Let's see. Let me get rid of all of this. So if I just wanted Z, so if I said const index is equal to 2, let's see, 0, 1, 2, let's see, 1, can you, okay, I think you might actually want to do 2 substrings. All right, so first part and second part, before letter, after letter, then we can concat these two together and make one word. So then after letter. Okay. So we want 0, 2, index. And then we want index plus 1 to end. Okay. And then let's console log. Okay, so all right, first let's just see what that gives us. Mo, illa. Okay. So we get mo and we get illa. Okie dokie. So substring. All right. So new word is going to equal s dot substring 0 to index plus s dot substring, oops, not O, 0, edx plus 1. All right, so we have a new word. Check if current letter is a new word. So we can say new word that includes letter. If it appears only once, so if this is equal to -1, then we want to return the letter. So if new word string 1 is equal to -1, we want to return letter. So return the letter. Okay. Return. So we should probably create a variable. Okay. Let's first not repeating letter. We'll just call it first letter. And we're going to set it equal to empty strings. And okay, so we will say first letter is going to be equal to letter now. And if no letter, it's just going to return the empty strings, which has been initialized to. So we have this, and then we can just return first letter. So let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. Ooh, everything failed. What went wrong? Okay, so first letter. So it's only picking up on the first what's been initialized to. So maybe what's inside of this if statement is never being run. So let me actually just test something real quick. If I move this up, what happens? Okay, so this if statement was just never getting hit. Okay, why is that? Oh, yeah, so I thought I was using index of, and then index of returns -1. Includes just returns true or false. So that's actually better. Okay. Try it again. Oh, still failing. If new word includes letter. Okay. Can we console log something? Yeah, we can. I want to see what new word is equaling. New word. Okay, so let's run this. Stress. So first we're missing the S, then we're missing the T, then we're missing the R, then we're missing the E, then we're missing the S. Okay, so that is doing what I expected to do. Um, hmm. So new if new word includes letter. So if it actually doesn't include letter, that's what we're saying. Because if it does include letter, that means the letter only appeared once. Okay, so that got 2 tests to pass. Unhandled rejection, expected T, instead got E. Wish I knew it. Oh. So it got T, but expected E. Oh, I don't know which test this is saying. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So test pass value A. Maybe the log isn't. So one of these, it was expecting a T, but instead got E. Okay, why would that happen? Oh, yes, I see why that happened. So right now, so this whole thing is supposed to catch the first non-repeating letter. And because I have this inside of a loop, when it gets to the T and stress, it sets the first letter to be T, but then it continues on, and eventually it sees that E is also non-repeating. So then first letter used to be T, but then it becomes E. Okay, so I need a way to break out of this loop. So we can say if first letter is equal to empty strings, then we want to update it. Boom. I think that'll fix it. Yeah, because that's a way to say don't replace this variable if we already found the first letter. So let me go ahead and attempt, and that runs it through more tests. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it failed. Why would it ever expect a comma? What? Okay, so so now we need to go ahead and address the case issue. So I want to go ahead and make everything lowercase. 2 lowercase, 2 lowercase. Just want to check the syntax. Okay, so C should be uppercase. Okay, going to uppercase this. All right, so now new word is lowercase, and then we could say does letter dot to lowercase. But we just want to return letter. So does this mutate letter? Let me see. Questions you should always ask. All right, so I'm just gonna put all uppercase, sentence to lowercase. Now if I console.log sentence, is it still all in uppercase? That would be ideal. Okay, so perfect. This should work because that's saying that letter hasn't been modified. Even though I did letter to lowercase, it didn't permanently mutate letter. So we should still be able to check to see each uppercase and lowercase character as the same, like an uppercase T will equal a lowercase c, but we can still return back in uppercase like they want. So let's go ahead and attempt, and everything passed. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and submit this, and I could obviously clean up the code, as always, but I'm just going to submit this for now. Please try this at home. I'm going to go ahead and take this link and include it in the description for this video. Take care and see you next week.